I was in this lane, fast lane, and then like there's a lady riding behind. Really, you can sense that it's, you can sense when somebody's in a extreme hurry. Yeah. So I just got over to that lane, and then she's like, and then I'm like, okay, hey, you got there to that red light before the next three cars. So then here's my mindset afterwards. I hope you get stuck. I hope you just get stuck and then you get behind again. And then the following red light, there was a trash truck, and she wound up getting behind the trash truck in the fast lane. Over here, there was a truck in the way, so she couldn't get there. Before that, she was the first one to the red light. So she was very proud of her maneuvering in and out, switching lanes. Then when the trash truck was there, she was behind it. I'm like, okay, good. And then I was gonna make sure, because look, it's like this. Me and Satan, I mean, I've been his good buddy, most of my life, pretty much. Except for from being born to 5, I wasn't his buddy at all, because I was God's buddy. I was just listening to what I was like, what's that, Lord? Because the Lord was talking to me, and I was listening. That's why I didn't have anything to say until I was about 5. But the personality that I have about these situations that happen, different personalities come out. And this one was, well, it's like the mindset. I wanted her to be taught something. And I know it ain't going to do any good, but at least it's kind of a satisfaction on my end. So as she gets stuck behind the smelly, disgusting trash truck, right? It's trash juice and everything, and she's right there behind it, so that's all she can see. I wanted to keep it that way as long as possible. Now, when we pulled off, she was getting ready to turn into the right lane. I probably could have let her over. I mean, I could have if I wanted to, but I didn't want to. So I made sure I moved up more, so she was stuck there behind the trash truck, smelling trash ass and looking at just trash in front of her. And I got a little bit of satisfaction out of it. I gotta admit it, I did. And that's I feel like that part of me would be, hey Satan, come here, buddy. Come here a second. Here, come on into my temple. Come on. All right, but you're leaving as soon as I need you to do it. You're out. And he's like, I know, Rob. You're gonna kick me out. I know how you work now. I get it. I can't get to you like I used to. Like your entire life, I used to get to you. And you were my good buddy, Rob. And I mean, why do you got to turn? Oh yeah. That was interesting. Well, I mean, look, I know men dress up like women, women dress up like men. I'll tell you, Satan, you, man, when you got a man sitting at a bus stop, all hairy, and then dressed up in a tank top, cut off, high shorts, weird shoes. I mean, you really can instill a set of balls on a person to do that. You know, so anyway, when I was growing up, I mean, I listened to Satan all the time. I can hear what, you know, the sound of his audio. I heard it in my temple. Because inside of your temple, it's like there's audio in your temple, and it's surround sound. It's surrounded, the sound, the audio that's inside of the temple is like two speakers. You got one on the east, one on the west. And the audio, well, I mean, you can do that, or you can do that to the audio. You can tune out the east. You can tune in the west, coming from the west. You know, like a he goat. So there's a consistent audio that goes on day in and day out. Now, sometimes you can't always tune out the audio completely off. However, when you're tuning it down, you can still not do what the audio is talking about. You don't have to do it. You can still tune it down to where that's the case. So when I was a kid and I would drift off into stealing something, mainly that's what it was, you know, just I knew it felt wrong. I remember one time I took money out of my mom's pocketbook and I went to the Toys R Us I bought a pair of shorts because I was tired of wearing the same ones. And I was I was no older than 9 because I moved to Florida when I was 10 and then back here because I was born in Florida, and then from 5 years old in Florida is when I talked to God the most and listened. Well, I didn't talk anything. I listened to God the most. And then 6 to 9 and moved back to Philly. And went to Florida one more time for a year and then came back and then stayed here since. So I was born in Florida. I lived in Lakeland, but I don't know why I was born in Bartow. I guess there was no room in Lakeland. I don't know. I gotta ask my mom. Why is it that I lived in Lakeland my whole life? You know, the beginning of my whole life. We were stationed in Florida, you know, like that's where we lived. And then but I was born in Bartow, like a different town. I'm not sure why. But when I listened to Satan, it was mainly about stealing. But this time, I mean, yeah, and then when I stole the money out of my mom's pocketbook, I went to Toys R Us and I bought a pair of shorts. And then I came home and she's like, where did you get the shorts from? And I told her I stole them because I didn't want to tell her I stole the money from her to get me shorts because I'm freaking poor. I'm tired of wearing the same damn shorts. I'm tired of wearing the same stinky clothes, you know. And then that's eventually I started stealing clothes. I stole food and I stole clothes. You know, what's the big deal? But anyway, when I started to grow up I didn't listen to Satan so much, but we were good buddies. I know what it's like for Satan to speak to you and listen in and do. So I get who Satan is. I understand now even more. So from about 13, that's when it really started to take a down spiral. And then on top of that, I used to listen to him all the time. I heard the audio in my temple all the time. I mean, he was constantly whispering something. And because when I was like 13, I remember I started playing baseball for the Holy Terrors. And but my teeth started to go bad because I didn't brush them. I did not hear the whisper of, hey, Robin, you need to brush your teeth. I didn't even hear my mom say it. I didn't hear anybody say it. Nobody told me. Maybe she did, who knows? I don't remember, but it wasn't a big thing. And then, so from that point on, my front teeth started to rot out. And then when I was playing baseball, I was a cute little kid, you know. I was. The girls on a team, they would call me the new kid, right? Like, oh my God, he's so cute, the new kid. Hey. I would hear it. But I didn't feel that way because I had bad teeth. I did not feel that way at all. I felt like a monster. So, feeling like a monster, and then I would be, you know, even the girls would start making fun of me because my teeth were bad, and then they would like ask me to smile and laugh. Poor kid, you know, poor little Robin Henry. So that pretty much did a number on my self-confidence, right? And then I guess I was afraid to go to the dentist for a while. I didn't like the fact of getting needles in my mouth and the sounds of so I finally got over that fear when I was like 17, and I got them fixed. I got them filled in. It wasn't even a big deal, you know, but it's like the fear. I lived in fear. So the fear that I had kept me from, kept me from having confidence. And then it's like, all right, fine. I finally got that fixed. I'm feeling good. I'm like, all right, cool. And then, because Satan was whispering in my temple all the time, those 4 years about my teeth and everything, not wanting to smile. So then once I finally got my teeth fixed, I went to the school, Thaddeus Stevens, the trade school, for 2 years. I lived there on the campus, got paid to go there. They paid me like $450 a semester because I was poor. Then all of a sudden my hair started falling out. I'm like, oh my God, man, what is going on? I thought I had cancer. I thought I was gonna die. I didn't know that chemo makes you lose your hair, but you lose all of it. I just thought I'm losing it and I'm dying. And then again, it's not like I went to the hospital to really find anything out. Several once I went, so I had a pulled muscle right here. I was lifting weights over my head at like 16. That's how I tore my back up, like the disc and whatever. All the way back then, I was 16. And then, so from that point on, now I have a hair issue. It's like the self-confidence was never there. Even till I was like 25, that was one of the reasons why I stayed with my kid's mom, because I didn't feel like I can really do any better. So that beat me down, and then until I was about 28, when I finally went to jail, because I was listening to the audio that Satan was tuning in to my airwaves, and I was turning his volume up. I was listening to him like, yeah, you're right. I know. I know. Look, what happened was this. I think God kept me from being a pimp. I'd have probably been a pimp. If I had good teeth and good hair, I would have had the confidence. I would have been with more girls. I wouldn't have been so self-conscious, but it is what it is. It's how it worked. Kept me humble. And I'm grateful for every bit of it. Everything I had to go through. Grateful. So yeah, Satan and I, we have known each other my entire life. I understand the sound of him. I'm not deceived by thinking that it's my own thoughts now, because I realized that was him, because I know how to shut up. Satan, shut it. Shut your face. And he knows that now. So the bottom line is this. Now it's time for Satan to be my good buddy, because I was his good buddy my entire life. Tables turn, and it's his turn to be my buddy and me. You know, my buddy, it's time for Satan to be my good buddy. And I need him to do the things that I need him to do to get people to turn back to God. Kind of like the way I did, in a sense. It's not that I let him rule my life, alright? It's just that... Morning. It's just that, I need him to control other people's lives for now. For the time being, until they get a dose of their own medicine. So that lady, she got to smell trash juice for that little time being when she was in a hurry trying to get somewhere, and she winded up being behind and wasting her time trying to hurry up. So people that are in a hurry, you need to slow down. If not, well, don't. You're going to stay behind a trash truck. And I know some people are in a hurry driving. You feel like you got to get there, but you really don't. You know. So if you come across someone like me that just kind of like inches up more just so you can't get over, I'll do that once in a while. Not all the time, you know. Just when I feel like you need to slow down. Because you can cause an accident by hurrying up like that. And it's dangerous. So, hey Satan, you're my good buddy now.